Okay, hi there guys. Welcome back to our library management system tutorial. Today we are continuing our work. So we want to work with the login process. Now, last time what we did, we opened the database connection and everything went well. Okay, we converted our old database into a new one that could work with the server here. Now, what we need to do is to check username and password. Now of the student. Now the student should one of the things that we have here is usually the student name is different from login name. If we look at this table, there is no login name here. So let me see here. Show table data. Let me have a look here. Come on. Come on. Okay. So you just enter a number, and the student name is supposed to be the full name of the student. This is not the login name. So we have one of two options. We either treat the student name as login name, or we add a column that is called login name. Okay, this when we add a column here, we will have to update the class, update the tester, and so on. Okay, so I'll create wait a second, let me check this. Is this unique or not? Properties. Wait a second, student name. This one unique? Is identity. Okay, this column is not an identity column, so it can't be used. So in this case, we create another column here. We will call it the login name, and we will update everything accordingly. So come over here, and we will go to the table definition. Wonderful. What we are gonna do here, this is gonna be student login. Okay, I'll make the student username, not login, but username, or login name is better. I'm sorry. Okay, so this is gonna be nvarchar 100 up to 100, and this cannot be null. Not only that, we want this to identify the student, so this should be a unique column. Let's go here. Yeah, first I think I have to save this, right? Wait a second. Alter table only allows column to be added that can contain null or have a default definition. Okay, wait a second. Okay, I will save that. Just a second. Now it's saved, I suppose. So I will close this. I will go to this guy and ask it to show the data again. Wait a second now. Right click and show data. The reason we got the error a few seconds ago is because when we added this column, we asked it to make it not null. Now here it won't work. So this is Michael. So when it's gonna add a column to this table, it will replace the missing values with null, and we already told it that this column is not null. So that's the reason. Okay, so we fold the value. Now let's go back here and show table definition again. This time we'll remove this one. Okay, we finished the first part. Yes. Now, before I continue, I just want to make sure that I'm doing everything. I'm working on the correct file. Wait a second, where is this? Where is the DBMS class? Where's the database string? Attach database file name. Which one? It is the MDF file. We are working on the MDF file. We are working on the MDF file. Okay, so I just wanted to make sure. Okay, because I don't want to work on the wrong one and later on and find nothing happens. So here I am going to delete the other database because we don't need it anymore. We're not going to use it. Okay, we already put everything in here. So right click on this one, I'm going to delete it, and yes, that's it. Nice. Save that, and yeah. So let's go back to our student class. Before I continue, this one need to be unique, right? So right click here, new table, new query, open table definition. Yeah, there should be some way that we could add unique index over here. Please don't tell me I need to use SQL developer or something like that. That would be annoying. Yeah, just the properties and nothing else. Okay. Oh, sorry. Identity specification. I'll make it yes. I suppose this one. And I can't change that. Okay. Not sure why, but anyways. So basically this column need to be unique. I'll have to figure out how to do that later on and update the schema. Okay. As I said before, I don't work a lot with SQL Server, so some of the tasks that I am required to do, I have to research first. Okay, so now we added this column here, but we need to update the student class as well, right? So let's go up here. We'll add the columns. This is going to be private student login name, a string, and let's go back here, private old student login name, a string. Wonderful. Okay, so we will make another set and get. You could use the properties for setting and getting, but I never spoke before about properties, so this might confuse you, so I will keep it as a function. Set student login name, student login name, get student login name, student login. Oh, okay. This should be corrected. So right click, rename login name. Okay, there we go. And yeah. So login name. Okay, wonderful. So the setters and getters. Now the insert process. We put. Okay, so now we need to add another column. Okay, so Control C, Control V. There we go. Now instead of the student password, we will add a student login name. Now look where we put that before the email. So just remember the location, because it's going to be at 7. and before the email we have what? Student login name. Oh, sorry, come on here. Wonderful. So we finished the insert process. We will need a few other things, like for example the load process. Student login name equal dbms get column value s followed by student login name. Okay, now again in this project I'm doing lots of extra work that the wizard or designer already do, but basically you could see how if you want to do everything manually, you know what you need to do and how things work. Anyway, student login name equal me dot student login name. Okay, yeah, so the idea is that you can understand what's happening, how we're using the object-oriented, and how we organize the work. Because most of these is being done in the designer, but I don't like the designer. I don't feel I have enough control on that. Anyway, so now we have this method where record change dot alt login student or login name equal me dot alt student login name, then return yes. Okay, we do this, and what do we have also? We have the update db. Okay, cvv this student login name, right? Okay, this is gonna be what? Student login name. Yeah. Now, by the way, you see these statements for updating the record. All of these are updating the same record. So this is not good practice in terms of execution on the database. The reason for that is because here I am doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 distinct calls to the database. But the reason I'm doing it here is that it's more convenient this way. You can read it and understand it right away. What you need to do is create one big SQL statement updating the values and passing all these parameters, so it will be a single call. That would be more efficient, but again, sometimes you want things to be a little bit clear. Okay, and in our case this is not a complex application, it's a simple one, so we can do that, and we don't get heavy performance yet. It's just a testing application. So alt student login name me dot student login name. Okay, so this one's finished. Remove from database, no problem. From database combo box. Okay, so you finished this one. We need to do another method here. Instead of remove from DB, we will say, oh wait a second, remove from database. We need to do what? Load from database. Okay, so we have this load from database and we are passing student ID. So I will rename this method by ID. Okay, so we know what we need to pass. We will make another method here, but instead of by ID, it is gonna be by login name. By login name. So we pass the login name here. Okay. Login name here. This is gonna be what? Student login name. Okay, and it should work, assuming that the login name is unique. As I said before, you need to make sure that this column is unique, otherwise you'll get an error. Now we need to update the testing project so that we can catch any kind of error that might appear. So we finished work with this one. let's go to the testing app. Let's go over here. Okay, the recorder stopped, so continuing. Yeah, so now we want to make sure that the tester is gonna work. So here we want to test this new method that we created. So where's that? This is staff update, etc., etc. Yeah, I think I'll just go and put it at the very end. No. Where is this load student? Okay, so this one is loading student by ID. Alright. Okay, and this is number 19. So now this is gonna be what? I'll make it 19.1. Okay, don't want to rename the values and stuff like that. I don't want to do something. Okay, so this is the one here we created a student, and instead of load by ID, this is gonna be what? Load by login name, and this is gonna be what? Get login and get student login name. There we go. Okay, so this test is 0.5, let's call it, and it's gonna be 0.5. The point is that you want the you want just to identify the test, that's all. Okay, so I'll save this one, and let's go to the test. Set a starter project, save that, and now we will test if this one works. Okay, and go, and wow, you find that all these methods failed, although we are supposedly added a few things. So we have test 18. Let's have a look at test 18. Okay. Okay, I think I know what the problem is. The login name should not be empty. So st.set student login name. What would that be? Let's say the name here is Todd. Todd. Wonderful. Okay. So I think this solves it. So it's not exactly error in the library itself, but rather than preparing the parameters of the library. Okay, let's go. Oh, and all worked. Okay, so yeah, seems all fine. Now, by the way, this also means that we have to go and update the client, the project. Okay, so let's go to this one. Where is add student form? Okay, this is it. This add student form, and we need to specify what login ID of the student, right? So let's have a look at the properties. This student email, yeah, I'll copy these two. Copy, click, and paste. Move these. Right. Okay, so now this is gonna be what? Login name. Wonderful. And I click on this one and change the name of this text box into student login name. Oh, sorry. Yeah. And save that. Let's have a look at the OK button. Okay. So now update the validation process. If student login name dot text dot trim equals nothing, then MSG box you should enter the student login name, critical or OK only, followed by error. And basically you would say student login name dot focus, so that the cursor goes there and exists sub. Wonderful. Now we fill this the same way. Student login name, oh sorry, student obj set student login name. student login name dot text dot trim. Okay, and this should insert the user. Okay, this is straightforward, no problem. What do we have? Oh, we have edit student. Okay, and the thing I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna do some kind of something lazy. Paste. Okay, go. Yeah, so this is gonna be what? Properties student login name. Okay, I will fix this one. I will not make it change. So this column will be read only. Okay, I don't want the student login name to be changed at all, although we have this option available in our code. It's just that I don't want to. Yeah. Besides, think about it. For example, when you create your Yahoo account, you don't change the email, right? So yeah. Anyway, there is this guy. This is the validation. Yeah. Where is edit now? Okay, so now where are we filling these values into? Yeah, where's the load event? Oh, there we go. This is the load event, and here we are updating the display to display all the fields. So me.student. Oh, the text box, I didn't rename it. No problem. I will do it from here. Me.textbox1.text equals student obj dot get student login name. Now this one, to make things readable, I will rename it into student login name. Okay. I don't know if you have seen me use the rename command before, but usually it means I will go to every place that this variable or object is being used and rename it. Okay, so it saves a lot of time. Okay, so we save this one, and yeah, this is the edit, and yeah, let's have a look at the main window. So look here, this is the students. Yeah, so I'll have to see. Let's have a look at student window. Why it looks like this? That's strange. Okay, wait a second. Let me just close all the windows. For some reason, sometimes Visual Studio does not identify some of the files, and I can't tell why. Okay, so main window again. Student, add student. Okay, now it's colorful and we can see everything. Okay, so what do we have? We have full data grid view student information. Go. Let me go to the method itself. Not current document. Entire solution. Go. Okay, so we here select student ID. Blah blah blah. Oh no. Student login name. I now remember I made the ID a unique number, and I was thinking of using the identification as a login name. It's alright. We already reached this far, so yeah, it's okay. Let's just continue doing that. So tgv.columns student name. Okay, wonderful. Okay, so I'll save this one. Now let me see where's the staff table data. Let me have a look at the administrator. The admin is 123. Wonderful. Let's run this. Okay, admin 123. Go. Students. Okay, so it is working fine, and the login name is here. Okay, so all is well. The only thing that made me a little bit confused that I didn't see values here, so I'll have to update this and pull the values as soon as I log in. I'll put this later. Maybe I need to update the Excel file. I don't want to keep moving from one place to another. So what am I gonna do here? I will update this file and add something like, let's call it bugs. Okay, so first, this is a bug that need to be fixed. The first bug here, okay, data grid views for the admin, for the staff, need to be filled as soon as they log in. Currently they are empty. Okay, so this file, I will be reporting the bugs that I find okay, when I'm working, so that later on I will come back and finish these and make everything looks, you know, make sure that everything is stable. Right now I don't want to go and change my the thing I'm working on. Okay, so yeah, now I think the code is working well, except for, you know, that small issue. Now let's go to the web application. Set a startup project. Let's go here and let's go to our page design. Double click. Now so far what we did we have just open the database connection. Now we need to get the student object. Get student object. Okay, so dimension student obj as a new library management system dot student class. Okay, if not, student obj load by. Now you can see now there's ID and login name, and here I can use the login name. Okay, so there's going to be what? dbms followed by we have user login, right? This is the name of the control on the web form. So this is going to be user login dot user name. Okay, so this will get you the login name entered by the user. Okay, now if not, this means that the application was not able to load the student. Okay, so in this case we would say something like we would say user login, okay, dot failure text equals invalid username or password. Okay, and we exit the subroutine. But before that, before we exit, the database is open, so we need to close the connection. So dbms.close database. Wonderful. So let's close the database and we exit. Now, if everything goes well, we continue. Now we need to check the password. Okay, so if student obj.get student password doesn't equal user login dot password, then again we will have something similar. We will display the invalid username password message and we will exit the subroutine. Now if everything is well, the login process finished. So I'm gonna close the database, close db, and I will remember this person. So how does an application remember that person? Usually through sessions. This is going to appear a little bit strange. I'll have to explain what sessions are. Oh, wait a second. This is going to be what? Add. This is going to be okay. The recorder stopped again. So now we are continuing. Now here we said that the login process is successful. So now we are going to remember the user that logged in. Okay, how do we do that? We'll use something called the session. The session is like a buffer that is stored on the server, not on the client, and it allows you to save information. By the way, all this code is running on the server, of course. So here what we need to do is gonna say we need to specify the key which identifies the information. So this is gonna be user, or let's say student, and this is gonna be student object. Okay, so close db, save student. Now this is working well, and now we are supposed to go to the next page. I haven't created any page, I just want to test this one. So here I'm just gonna display a different message. Okay, I know you. Wonderful. Okay, it's as simple as that. Yeah, this will be updated in a second, but let's just make sure it works. And before that, let me also find if the what's the name of the student, what's the login name. Okay, so we have Michael. Oh, how do I write this? MC. Okay, so the name is MC, and the password, I just changed the name here to be MC, and the password here, this is going to be what? The password is going to be MC. So MC. Okay, MC. And another one is AA. So we have two students. The first is MC and second is AA. So I'll save this one, and now we are going to run the code. Okay, so we got this one. I will say MC and login. Okay, I know you. So the server knows who we are. Now I will enter MC and some wrong password. Invalid username or password. I will enter non-existing name with password again. Now I will enter AA login, and it works. So now, as you can see, that the login process is successful. What we need to do is move to the next page. So this is the first page. Now we are going to create another page. So we will add a new item. This is going to be a web form. Now this one is going to be a web form, represent a web page, ASP.NET web page. Okay, so here this is going to be what? I'm going to call this student main page. Okay, or let's say student workspace. Okay, student workspace, and add. Okay, so again, this is an empty page, nothing there. Now let's go to our default page or login page. Now instead of displaying this message, I will say this: server.transfer student workspace .aspx. What this means is that the student, when he logs in, will be redirected into the new page. Okay, so here, go to main page. Okay, so you'll save this one here, and we will run this. MC and login, and now we see that we are in an empty page, so the login was successful and we were able to go into our workspace, although it's an empty workspace. Okay, so now the login process finished successfully. Now one other thing I want to show you. You might ask, okay, what about the information of the student here? Well, we can get it from the session. Usually we will go to the workspace here. I will double click on the page. Okay, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna say me.tag title equals before that dimension student obj as library management system student class. Now student obj equals session of student. Okay, so check this out. In the default page, what we did here, we told the server to save the student object under the name student in the session, so that the user later on, when he or the application when switches to another page, the application can get that object. This is how you pass information. I think this is one of the way. I suppose there are more, but this is the way I used to pass information from this form to the other. Okay, so here we are getting that same object back. Now what are we gonna do? I can display the name of that student. So student obj.get student name. Okay, this is very simple. Okay, we will replace this, but later. Anyway, so here null reference. Oh, okay, wait a second. Yeah, to explain what's going on, yeah, wait a second. I have to. Oh, I know why. Okay, let's run this. We will solve this later on. But anyway, so now we have MC login. Okay, so just check the title of the page. Do you see the pointer here? You can see the title is Michael. Okay, let's go back. Now I will enter a username followed by a, and you can see the name here changes, so the page knows who I am now. Okay, the website knows who I am. Okay, as for this, we will speak about it later on. Yeah, so we successfully finished the login process. Let's go to our code. Okay, sorry, the progress report. So user login, there we go. We finished here. We finished the code for user login. The registration, yeah, I will skip that for now, but the web login we have finished. So next time we will work on displaying the workspace. Okay, yeah, so let's check the progress here. Yeah, 60%, still a lot. We need to do a lot of work. Okay, so I hope this clarifies what's happening. The time was consumed because of switching the database, and yeah, this is the reason why we lost some time. Okay, other than that, building the application should be easy and straightforward process. Okay, so you can find the source code on the website if you have questions. I am afraid I won't be able to answer for now, maybe later, but can't promise I'll be able to answer. As I told you before, I am still trying to find some free time to do tutorials. Also, I started learning a little bit about Android development, so that's an exciting thing to have. Anyway, I did some a stupid app. You might want to check it out. Okay, you can find it on the website. And finally, thank you very much for watching, and have a wonderful day.